Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashemi Hashai Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, to the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalil, and this video is on the Mark of the Beast prophecy, which is a Microchip. Alright, so I have two videos here of an individual speaking on the world and the idea of what the future will look like. And, it's best to just play the video and then, hear what's going on.
You've got two writers that are very popular in British culture. You've got George Orwell, who wrote 1984 or 1981, and then you've got Huxley, who wrote Brave New World. Both of them are dystopian views of the future. However, Orwell says, and he's of the opinion, that governments will become more and more authoritarian. They will take more of your rights away and they will become more invasive. However, Huxley is of the opinion that governments won't need to do that. People will willingly give away their freedoms for pleasure. Or there's a reason, like normally technology eases or saves you time and it's convenient. So for convenience and luxury, people will give up their rights. You've got two.
Right. For convenience and luxury, people will give up their rights. And he mentioned another way of how they thought about the future, where the government would become more authoritarian. But it stuck out to me that, because of luxury and convenience, people will turn to the technology. And it is true, because when you look at what's going on in the world regarding this Mark of the Beast prophecy and how it's developing over time, you can see, I've literally witnessed it, that over time, the people within the world, based off of the reports presented, the people around the world have become more used to gradually the idea of this kind of payment system, moving away from the current payment system, which is a system used by cash, to the other method of payment, which ultimately they're moving towards that microchip payment system, where you're microchipped and then you go around the place and you pay with a microchip inside of the hand, right? That's their end game goal. But before that, they apply the technique of gradualism, where they get the population of the world used to the idea of having to function in a certain kind of way. And that is by way of the promotion of these contactless payment systems, right? You have the card, which they're even moving away from the card. And you have the contactless payment systems by way of, you have the microchip, which people are literally microchip, but then also the phone payment systems, etc. And people have already become so attached to their phone, and the phone also contains all of an individual's information on it. It's used to store that. So the people have already gotten used to the idea of storing their information into a device that is an all-for-one use of sorts, and that is the phone. And it is because of luxury and convenience, right? This is the devil at hand, right? The devil referring to the so-called white men, who are the Edomites, who are the rulers of this wicked kingdom today. They are pushing their NWO, right? And everything takes time. It doesn't just happen like that. So when I listen to this, I'm seeing both sides, both of the techniques being used by Esau Edom. And the scriptures say it, man. In 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of his ways and the things that they do. The Edomites, right? They truly have, I've seen the reports, man, with my own eyes of The reports coming back where at one point it was only maybe 20% or 30% of the population were comfortable with this, to the point now where when I've seen certain reports, it is the majority of the people who are along with this new lifestyle of contactless payments, which is them getting the population used to what they will be ushering in soon, which is that microchip, right? So there's another video where he specifically speaks on the microchip.
You have certain people that are willing to give their rights away. For example, there's a place over here, yeah, you can put a chip. And I think in one of the Scandinavian countries, they've started it. In Sweden, they put a chip here. And then using that chip, you can do contactless payments. You can enter your house. You can use it as an Oyster card. But it's embedding something into your hand. Would you be open to that?
No.
There are certain people, just for convenience, saying, I don't need to carry my car keys anymore. I just put it in my hand. I just don't need to carry all these cards, mate. I just use it in my hand. Just because of that luxury and convenience, the person is willing to become a machine, in other words. You have...
Well, that's what it is. It's the merging of man with technology, making man into this kind of thing that is the vision of the Edomites, right? They want to change what is already perfect by the creation of Yahweh Shemishai, right? But this is the devil at work, man. And he mentioned
certain people that are willing to give their rights away. For example, there's a place over here, yeah, you can put a chip.
They're willing to give their rights away. And he mentions the microchip. Now, regardless of who he is or his position, it's all through the spirit, man, because we are in fact heading into these days where people will give up their rights for the convenience and the luxury, and because the microchip is going to be the solution, that is what they will take. Because he mentioned the two different ways, right? The of a dystopian society of sorts where either people go along with it because that's just how life is, like we have experienced how technology has developed over the years, and as technology has developed, we all have taken a part in it and moved along with it. So for many people, especially people that are in this world, right, that don't believe in Yahweh Shemishai, they will look at the microchip, many people, as just simply the next step of where life is regarding technology, because their brains are already fooled in that kind of way by the wicked elite of Esau Edom. But also he mentioned where the government will have to take control. But that is all of this is going to be happening though, because right now we're in the phase where they're gradually just putting it out there and people are being microchipped and stuff like that. You have literally the biometric microchip. You have places that are selling it, individuals that are microchipped with it. You see, the microchip, same thing. As he said, open the car. Can be used to open your phone, open your house, open your laptop. But it's more than just that. It is an all-for-one use, and we can see that by way of the digital identification systems that are being promoted all around the world, where everything about your life is going to be stored on it. So they really intend that microchip to be an all-for-one use, and they are also promoting the smart cities, the 15-minute cities, which will be cities where, anywhere that you're at, you have the convenience of everything that you need to be done within the range of 15 minutes, right? And the way that is going to work, those cities are going to be smart cities, and they are going to be completely technologically driven. And in order to operate within these smart cities, individuals will have to be microchipped, right? That is the idea. That is their plan for the New World Order, okay? So you have the human biometric microchipping, and even on Wikipedia, it just lets you know straight up that the microchip implant will contain a unique ID number that can be linked to information contained in an external database, such as identity document, criminal record, medical history, medications address book, and other potential uses. So it's not just for the use of opening doors, etc. It is for everything. That's their plan. This is the plan of the devil, man. And this mark of the beast prophecy is well on its way. Now, it's going to get to a point where things are going to become chaotic, right? Because there is the judgment of famine that's coming, pestilences, great judgment upon the world, Jacob's trouble, etc. So it won't only be that people will be taking the microchip because of it's the hot new thing on the block, which that will be one way that many people will take it, but also people will be taking it because of the situation that the world will be in, and where the government and which is Esau, because they're ruling, where the move that they will be making to bring a certain level of chaos to the world, to also convince people, a portion of people, to take the microchip. Because in the prophecy it says in Revelation 13 verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So it will be mandatory microchipping. All right. And that mark is a physical mark. It is the charagma. That is the microchip. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So while it is that you'll have some individuals that will jump on it and willingly be microchipped because it's the new hot thing, and it's the way that they will view how the world is moving technologically wise, you're going to have where individuals, because of the times that we're heading into, right, with the famine and everything, that people will want to go to what would be called the quote unquote safe zones or sanctuary cities when there is chaos in the world. And they will be then convinced within themselves to take the microchip because they want to eat food and they want to be a part of society again. That's another way how this devil is going to convince people. There's going to be a lot of deception going on, and it is only the elect of the nation of Israel, as only an Israelite can be saved. Salvation is only for us, that will refuse the microchip no matter the situation. In Revelation chapter 3 verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So everyone will be faced with the hour of temptation. The prophet says that he causeth all. So everybody, okay? So when you're faced with the hour of temptation as an Israelite, your hope should be that you reject the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, because there's a judgment written in Revelation chapter 14 verse 9 to 10 regarding taking the microchip. You don't have any chance for salvation, right? As an Israelite, if you take that microchip, it's a very serious judgment that's coming. And I've mentioned that there's going to be great chaos and stuff that will be coming because we're heading into terrible times. Yahushua says that's the beginning of sorrows in Matthew 24, and we know that Jacob's trouble is coming, so we know that it's going to be a chaotic situation. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, right? Because as I mentioned before, one method is that they use the gradualism, and it's kind of like a soft, a kind of gentle way to get people used to it, but eventually they're just gonna be going full blown. You know what I'm saying? Just full speed with it. Revelation 12 verse 12, and it's going to become terrible, a terrible time. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So Esau knows his time is short, and he's going to be coming with great wrath. And that great wrath includes his blessing, which is the sword, which he'll be using. And in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So that is overall the system at hand, and the current system of America is of that of the Roman Empire, right? America has taken the life of it. America is the rebirth of the Roman Empire. So it is the system at hand, right? And the system is going to be the microchip, right? With their NWO and however the world is looking at the time, it's going to be all about that microchip. And, you know, some will be thrown into concentration camps, some will, you know, perish, some will be thrown in prison, some will be beheaded for not bending the knee to the system. And that's just what it is, man. But this prophecy is well on its way. Many individuals know about it. It's just out there in various talking spaces. This microchip technology. All right. So that's all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashim Kodesh. Shalom.